You've noticed it before. The moment you stop chasing, stop over-explaining, and stop giving her your attention on demand, something shifts. Her energy changes. Her curiosity ignites. She starts to look at you differently, almost as if she's seeing you for the first time. Most men never understand why. They believe attraction is earned by effort, by proving themselves, by bending to desire. But women respond to something far subtler: the quiet, unshakable presence of a man who does not need their approval. That calm detachment triggers instincts, rewires perception, and awakens respect. Things most men will spend a lifetime chasing without ever seeing. If you've ever felt invisible despite your efforts, or wondered why some men seem to effortlessly draw women in, what you're about to discover will shift how you see attraction, power, and even yourself. Before we dive in, take a second, like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment if you're ready to step into clarity. Every interaction you have after this could be different. Stay with me, because the full truth behind why women are secretly drawn to men who let go, the instinct, the psychology, and the hidden behaviors that most men will never grasp, is coming, and it will change the way you move through every room, every conversation, and every connection. Don't move. Buckle up. You walk through a crowded room, unnoticed at first. Everyone is absorbed in their own noise, the laughter, the chatter, the thin veneer of pretense. And yet, even here, your presence is different. You are anchored. You are unmoved. The subtle shift in your posture, the calm weight behind your gaze, draws attention without effort. She notices, perhaps not consciously, but her instincts recognize the difference. Most men would fill this space with words, gestures, or anxious signals, trying to secure her notice. You, however, understand something deeper, that the mind of a woman is most alert when she senses independence, restraint, and presence that does not bend. This is not a trick, not a manipulation. It is the natural effect of being complete in yourself, and letting that completion speak silently. You recall the last time you reached too hard, said too much, leaned too close. Her attention scattered like dry leaves in the wind. The moment you withdrew, even slightly, you felt it. The shift, almost imperceptible, yet undeniable. Eyes lingered longer. Words became warmer, more deliberate. A subtle curiosity sparked where there had been apathy. It is in this space, between presence and absence, that attraction moves like a current beneath the surface, unseen but powerful. There is a rhythm to this, a pulse that the composed man learns to follow. Not by forcing, not by impressing, but by allowing the natural flow of desire to respond to stability and restraint. The chase is never hers to lead. It is never yours to force. It is the silent acknowledgement of your own value, mirrored in her instinctive response. She reacts not to what you say, but to who you are when you do not chase. And yet, you feel the tension. A part of you wants to fill the space, to push, to demand clarity, to seek proof. That is the human part, the impatient, restless ego. The other part, the part that observes without attachment, waits. It watches her instincts unfold. It notes her shifts in posture, the subtle warmth in her tone, the way her gaze finds yours across the room without solicitation. This part of you is the stoic observer, the anchor of emotional gravity. Even her friends, oblivious to what passes beneath the surface, feel it. They do not see the subtle calculus, the invisible dance of presence and restraint, but they sense it. Women notice this too. A quiet confidence, an unseen magnetism that demands respect without a word. It is the art of letting go, not as a loss, but as a demonstration of control over yourself and circumstance. In this, you begin to realize something crucial. Attraction is not a transaction. It is not earned with attention, gifts, or constant pursuit. It is triggered by the perception of value and mastery over one's own mind, a mastery so subtle that most will never recognize it. And when she begins to chase, to look again, to hesitate, it is not because you manipulated her. It is because you allowed her instincts to operate freely, responding naturally to the presence of a man who commands himself first. Her attention, once fleeting, becomes deliberate. Her curiosity, once passive, sharpens. You watch, calm, patient, aware of the subtle cause and effect that governs the space between you. The tension is quiet, almost unbearable in its potential, and yet you do nothing. You remain composed. You let her instincts work. You let nature itself enforce the pull that words and effort could never replicate. She moves through the room now, subtly, almost unconsciously drawn into the orbit you occupy. Not because you called her over, not because you made a display, but because your absence of need leaves a space she instinctively wants to fill. Her mind begins to wander, tracing possibilities she cannot name. Every glance, every pause, every small gesture of yours becomes amplified in her perception. A silent language of value that she recognizes before she can rationalize it. Observe the way she tilts her head, the flicker of interest in her eyes. It is not manipulation, it is instinct. Women are wired to detect stability and autonomy. When a man relinquishes control over her attention, he paradoxically gains control over her subconscious evaluation. Your restraint becomes a mirror, reflecting not emptiness, but a quiet confidence she has yet to measure. There is a subtle gravity in the way composed men move, a cadence that ordinary men never learn. They do not rush, do not bend, do not over-explain. Their silence is measured, deliberate, full of meaning. Every step, every breath, every interaction signals self-possession. She feels it. Even if she resists acknowledging it, even if she cannot articulate it, her mind is tracking, calculating, evaluating. Instinctive attraction is born here, in the space between motion and stillness, desire and detachment, attention and withdrawal. You recall the last encounter where a woman seemed disinterested, yet when you retreated slightly, subtly, without desperation, she lingered longer than she should have. Her tone softened. Her gestures became unguarded. She laughed more freely. Her eyes sought yours, seeking the invisible thread that connects curiosity to intrigue. This is behavioral psychology in motion, unfolding before you. The composed man does not need explanation. The principles are lived, not spoken. Even the smallest interactions carry weight. A pause before responding, a slow exhale, a look that does not chase. These are signals that she senses deep within herself. Cues to her subconscious mind that a man exists who is unshakable, self-contained, and indifferent to immediate approval. Ordinary men mistake attraction for effort. The truth is far subtler. Women respond to the invisible architecture of behavior, to the unstated authority of presence. In these moments, you notice her reevaluation. Her mind replays the interactions she once dismissed, analyzing, reassessing, projecting. You do nothing, you remain composed. Let her curiosity rise naturally, like a tide against the shore. The pull of attraction is not in your chasing. It is in her need to make sense of the calm, unyielding force you embody. The room, once chaotic and noisy, becomes a stage for this silent tension. Consider the parable of the archer. The arrow does not strike the target through force alone. It strikes because of precision, poise, and controlled release. The composed man is the archer. The space he allows is the bowstring. When tension is applied carefully, when distance is maintained without panic, instinctive attraction strikes. She notices what she cannot name. She feels the pull before she understands it. The game is subtle, silent, inevitable. Her friends, unaware of the subtle currents, comment on your presence. He's different, they say. Different not because of flamboyance or grand gestures, but because of invisible mastery over self and circumstance. Ordinary men do not notice. They see only the surface, a woman smiling, laughing, or lingering. But you see beneath it, the cause and effect of behavior, the subconscious shifts that play out before rational thought. This understanding is power. This understanding is attraction. There is a temporal loop at play. Each moment of non-chase, each small withdrawal, compounds. Instincts gather, curiosity grows, evaluation sharpens. She does not realize how much control her mind is exerting over her emotions, how her attraction is responding not to words, but to the quiet, constant message of composure. Her desire is activated not by effort, but by the disciplined absence of need. Even in conversation, the rhythm matters. You speak sparingly, with intent. Each word carries weight. The space between words becomes as meaningful as the words themselves. She feels it, a magnetic tension. Her brain, wired for subtle cues, interprets your calm as competence, stability, and hidden power. The interplay is unconscious but undeniable. Every pause, every glance, every measured gesture reinforces the subconscious loop of attraction. This is the unspoken law of feminine perception. Need diminishes value, restraint amplifies it. You observe her reactions, the micro-expressions, the brief moments where her guard slips. You do not exploit them, but you note them. They are evidence of the principle in action. The composed man watches, records, and allows the instinctual dynamic to unfold, knowing that true influence comes not from pushing, but from embodying the state of mastery over self. And so the evening unfolds. She lingers near, drawn subtly, her attention caught in the orbit of your calm presence. You move through the world with measured intent, aware of every glance, every shift, every instinctive reaction. This is not seduction through words or force. This is seduction through psychological architecture, through mastery of presence, through the quiet assertion of value without demand. By the time the night concludes, she will remember your composure, the weight of your gaze, the silence that carried meaning. Her mind will replay interactions, recalculating, reconsidering, feeling an instinctive pull she cannot yet name. And you will know, not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, but because you allowed the natural psychology of attraction to operate while remaining anchored, composed, and sovereign over your own mind. This is the rhythm of the Stoic journey: presence, restraint, observation, and patience. Every moment compounds, every pause strengthens the unseen influence, and every instinct she experiences is a reflection of your mastery over self, not your effort to control her. The transformation is subtle, almost invisible, yet irreversible. As the evening draws on, you feel the subtle shift complete. Her energy, once scattered and indifferent, now bends slightly toward you, not because you demanded it, but because you refused to demand at all. There is power in this refusal, a magnetism that ordinary men will never comprehend. Women sense it before they can name it. A man whose inner equilibrium is untouchable, whose presence does not require validation. The truth settles quietly in your awareness. Attraction is not something you earn through effort, attention, or proving worth. It is something you activate through consistency, restraint, and mastery of self. Each measured pause, each deliberate absence, each small act of composure compounds into an invisible force that pulls attention, curiosity, and desire toward you. This is the rhythm of influence few ever notice, and fewer still can wield intentionally. You notice her glances, quick, fleeting, but weighted. Every subtle reaction reflects a cognitive recalibration. Her mind is evaluating, projecting, recalculating your value. What she experiences is instinctive, not rational, the quiet pulse of respect, intrigue, and desire emerging naturally because you exist fully without tethering your self-worth to her reaction. Even the air between you feels different now. Ordinary men fill it with words, explanations, or anxious gestures. You do not. Your stillness creates space for her instincts to operate freely. Every glance, every pause, every subtle movement communicates strength without aggression, confidence without display. She does not consciously register it, yet she is drawn to it. That is the invisible law. Desire flows toward mastery, not need. Consider the moment when she leaves or when the interaction ends. Most men would feel compelled to chase, to explain, to recover attention. You do not. You understand that the true influence remains long after the encounter, imprinted in her subconscious memory. She recalls your calm, your measured presence, the way you never bent or chased. She carries the tension of unanswered curiosity, a subtle pull that will linger, reshaping her perception of you and the men around her. This is the culmination of the Stoic journey. The composed man knows that attraction is not forced, desire is not begged, and respect is not granted by words alone. It is earned invisibly, through mastery over one's own mind and presence. Every interaction, every glance, every deliberate withdrawal is a stroke in a silent masterpiece, the architecture of influence built without need, without manipulation, and without visible effort. Now you feel it too, the quiet satisfaction of power exercised through restraint, of influence exerted without demand. You understand that letting go is not weakness. It is the demonstration of sovereignty over your own emotional state, and in that sovereignty, women instinctively recognize value they cannot articulate. Curiosity ignites, attraction deepens, respect forms, all without you uttering a single word beyond what is necessary. And so the principle becomes undeniable. She is drawn to you not because you chased, not because you explained, but because you embodied a truth she senses before she can name. Your calm, your composure, your self-possession, these are the invisible levers of desire. The moment you stop chasing, the moment you release control, you awaken a force that words alone could never summon. Remember this, every interaction you have after this is an opportunity to let the rhythm unfold naturally. To step back, to observe, to embody presence without need. In this space, attraction grows organically, curiosity flourishes, and respect is earned invisibly, a force of gravity that ordinary men spend a lifetime trying to manufacture. So when next you feel the urge to grasp, to push, to seek validation, pause, breathe, step back. Let the currents of instinct and psychology work silently around you. The effect will be profound, unmistakable, and lasting. She will notice. Her curiosity will awaken. Her attention, once elusive, will find its way toward you. And you will understand, not through words, not through effort, but through the silent mastery of your own presence. Stay with this principle, embody it consistently, and the truth will ripple through every connection, every room, every interaction. Your presence becomes your power. Your restraint becomes attraction. Your composure becomes magnetic. And she will respond, not because you demanded it, but because you let her instincts find their own path to you.